Hello future CS, welcome back to my channel again. So I am on a mission to help you ace your CA exams. Today we'll be discussing the role of self-paced online module set A, that is corporate and economic law, in the subject IBS. So many students feel confused about why this subject is part of IBS and how exactly is it tested. So in this video I will clearly explain why set A is important for IBS, how companies act, SEBI, FEMA and IBC get integrated into case studies, and how you should study this subject effectively for an open book exam. So let's get started. Before going ahead, I would like to inform you that there is a separate playlist in my channel for CA Final IBS. So there are many videos in this playlist wherein I have covered important topics like detailed strategy for IBS, how to analyze and answer case study step by step, time allocation between MCQ and descriptive part, how to draw case study sketch. So this will help you to write your answers easily. Then levels of skill assessment for descriptive portion and different MCQ formats which will be asked in the exam. And I have also covered topics like if you have cleared your group 1 long back, how to approach IBS, and also AFM chapter wise important topics from IBS viewpoint. And the video also covers important strategic models and mark distribution between Group 1, Group 2 and SPOM subjects based on the past exam trends and much more. So I have added the link of the playlist in the description below. Please watch these videos as well because it will be helpful for your exams. Also, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe for more such informative and exam specific videos. So basically this set A comprises of two parts, corporate law and economic law. So under corporate law we have Companies Act 2013 primarily from section 149 onwards, and also we have the SEBI laws and regulations. And then under the economic law we have the FEMA and the IBC, that is the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. This is up to section 33. And we also have the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, FCRA. So now we will see the practical application of this in the case study. So for example, when you are reading the case study, you have to be alert. So let's try to understand this with the help of examples. So if a case study says ABC Limited has appointed 20 directors, immediately you should ask yourself, is this allowed under the Companies Act? If it mentions independent director, woman director, resignation of a woman director, so section 149 should immediately click in your mind. If the case discusses MD or CEO remuneration along with profits or net worth, managerial remuneration provisions will apply. And also if the case law mentions if only 2 board meetings are held in a year, you already know that this is not valid. So at this stage you are not solving the question, you are making mental notes while reading the case. So every case study refers to a company. So obviously the Companies Act will be applicable. So as and when you are reading each line of the case study, you have to analyze which provisions of the Companies Act apply and you have to make a mental note of it. And also if the case study involves mergers, amalgamation, acquisitions, so the provisions relating to compromise and arrangement come into play. And if the case study mentions operation, mismanagement, relevant provision should immediately come to your mind. And also if the company is listed and thresholds are crossed, you must also think of the SEBI regulations and not just the Companies Act. So the SEBI regulations are very important here. So let's see when these SEBI laws apply. Please go through this SEBI regulations thoroughly. This is very important from the exam point of view. So the SEBI law apply when the company is listed. So basically this set A covers 4 types of SEBI regulations and all of these are very important. First is the SEBI LODR regulations. So these are triggered when the case study talks about corporate governance, board composition, disclosure, and also these ensures transparency and fairness in listed company. So if the company is listed, ensure you apply these provisions. Next we have the SEBI ICDR regulations. So these are applicable when the case discusses IPO, FPO, pricing of public issue, promoters contribution, minimum public sharing. Then third we have the SEBI SAST regulations, that is takeover code. So these are applicable when shareholding crosses a particular threshold limit. And this also focuses on exit opportunity for minority shareholders. Then fourthly, we have SEBI PIT regulations. So this is triggered when price sensitive information is misused. The aim here is to prevent insider trading and unfair profits. So ensure you go through all these SEBI regulations. And one more important point is related party transactions. So this is also very important in the company law part. So in most of the attempts, there were questions noticed on this related party transactions and the SEBI regulations also. Next, we'll discuss the FEMA. So whenever the case study talks about foreign exchange, overseas transaction, residential status, cross-border dealing, FEMA should automatically come to your mind. So questions may test whether a person is a resident or a non-resident, whether transactions are permitted or restricted under this FEMA law. And also it is very important to have clear conceptual understanding of this FEMA, because once it was noticed that there was a question in which FEMA was applicable. However, student got confused and the student was referring the concept in Forex, that is in AFM subject. The student was referring to the Forex chapter. However, the concept belonged to FEMA. So whenever you are studying any subject from point of view of IBS, it is very important to have a conceptual understanding of the topic, because even if you carry the books in the exam, if you are not very sure as to from which subject the concept has come, you will not be able to search the topic in the correct subject. So it is very important to have a clear conceptual understanding. And also one more important thing is go through the annual report format thoroughly, because sometimes it was noticed that in the case study, it was asked to draft a particular part of the annual report. Hence, please go through the annual report format also carefully. Next, we have the IBC. So the syllabus covers IBC up to section 33. So most important sections here are section 7, section 9 and section 10. So these sections are very important. If insolvency is triggered in a case study, you should immediately try to identify who can apply for this, under which section, and what provisions apply next. So as we saw now in this set A part, SEBI laws are very important. FEMA is important. And in IBC, section 7, 9 and 10, these are very important. And also go through provisions relating to compromises, arrangement, mismanagement and related party transactions. So this part is very important from this set A. Now we will discuss as to how to study this set A effectively. So this is a law-based paper. So ensure you refer to the amendments on the BOS portal. So whatever amendments are applicable for your exam, go through that thoroughly. And it's very important to build conceptual clarity, as I mentioned earlier, so that you do not get confused as to the concept is from which subject. This conceptual clarity helps in developing legal thinking, and it makes you independent as a professional. And also if you can make any handwritten notes, that will be very helpful, because you can use those notes in the exam. These notes will help you in quick recall during the exam. Open book exam does not mean no preparation required. Yes, IBS is an open book exam, but you must know where the provision is, which regulation apply. what to refer and not what to memorize. If you don't know where to look for, open book exam also won't help. So practice is very important. So actually in the SPOM SET-A exam, basically it is MCQ based. But when this is integrated into IBS, MCQ and descriptive both will come in the exam. So practice the case study from the case study digest which is there in the BOS portal. This has both MCQ as well as descriptive questions as well. So one day before the exam also try to go through the case study digest. So the final advice to students is stay calm and confident. Law becomes easy once you understand why it exists. No need to write it as it is, like no need to copy paste. Write in a crisp and concise manner by correlating to the facts in the case. So whenever there is any case study, if corporate law is applicable, if you directly copy paste the provisions, you will not get the marks. You must correlate those provisions with the facts in the case and then you have to derive at the answer. And also ensure you write the conclusion correctly. So once you master this subject, it will help you not just in IBS but throughout your CA career. So to conclude, SPOM SET-A forms an integral part of the IBS paper. The focus is not on memorization, but on identifying the applicable law and referring to the relevant provisions while analyzing the case study. So with a clear understanding of the Companies Act, SEBI regulation, FEMA, IBC and FCRA and regular case study practice, you can handle this paper effectively. So if you found this video helpful, please like and share the video and also subscribe to the channel for more exam related guidance and strategies. All the best for your exams and I will see you all in the next video.